Welcome to the Be Amazing podcast. On this show, we'll give you the fuel you need through motivational pep talks, the fitness tips to be your healthiest self, fortitude to push through the hardships, and focus you need to build the skills needed for the next level, no matter what that looks like to you. I'm your host, Cel Smart. I'm a wife, a mom, community leader, and fitness professional of over 18 years. I'm here to be your biggest cheerleader, advocate, and connector. Let's be amazing together. I am back with Terrie Reeves, and Terrie, you are going to take us through a meditation, and you packaged it beautifully. So tell us exactly what you just said.
So we're going to practice the power in the pause, and we're going to do about 2 minutes, and then I'll end with 10 practical ways to practice the pause, and hopefully you will experience it a wonderful way of kind of checking out to check in, and anyone listening or watching this podcast can maybe pause for 2 minutes and get grounded and feel the impact that we're about to all experience. You ready?
Yes.
All right, so just get comfortable, close your eyes, and just begin to focus on your breath. Let the breath be the center. Let it be what anchors you. And if you can begin to consciously breathe, say 6 counts in and 8 counts out, just creating a slower rhythm to breathing that you would normally do. If the mind wanders, don't attach to those thoughts. Just come back to breath, come back to this moment, and just know that we can pause and breathe for 2 minutes, and it begins to calm the central nervous system, allowing us to feel more present, more connected. The mind is anxious, the body is holding tension. This 2-minute pause can quite literally bring you to a place of greater awareness, and we can begin to focus on where might I want to release tension. So you can kind of do a quick scan and check in with your body, listening to the language of the body. We feel sensations, so let that information inform you. And just filling up not just the chest, but the belly, deep belly breathing, inhaling and slowly exhaling. This could be done in the morning just to kind of check out and check in and take inventory and just wake up to what the home is telling you, our body. And as you're breathing, just notice any shifting in sensation, maybe energetically where you are today. Not judging anything that you are experiencing or thinking, but rather meeting this experience with compassion, meeting yourself from a place of compassion. Coming back to breath if the mind wanders. And I'll invite you to do one more thing, and you can visualize your heart, or you can bring your hands to your heart, palms open. Just feel the rise and fall of the chest. Just notice maybe your own heartbeat. Knowing that this muscle is the most important muscle in the body. It produces the most powerful force on the planet, and that is love. In these final moments, just breathing in. What are you experiencing in this moment? See if you can fill your heart with gratitude. Fill your heart with compassion. Fill your heart with love. And just take about 4 more deep breaths, just pausing. Very present and aware. Awake to all the wisdom amazing home has to share. And perhaps you create an intention for your day. Maybe that intention is just a bit more informed because you have taken the time to get some clarity around how you're feeling. And in this moment, whenever you're ready, you can just begin to open your eyes. There's no rush. Breathing a little fuller and a little deeper, maybe feeling a little bit lighter. We talk about how I want to be grateful. So it's hard to be grateful when the mind is active and we're doing. And so coming to these quiet places, this stillness, that's when the body really can begin to express itself and we begin to feel what gratitude feels like. So I hope that not only you, but anybody that's watching or listening to this will realize how powerful it is really to pause for a couple of minutes, and perhaps you adopt this and do it often throughout the day. And I'm often asked, and I'll end with this, Heal, and I also want to ask you how you're feeling. Matter of fact, let's do that first, and then I'll end with
Sure.
practical application. I'd love to.
Just a calmness. It's Thursday morning. It's around 10 o'clock. This is when I usually get really hyperactive, or like I feel like I'm going a million different directions. My head's all over the place. Emails, phone calls, all the things. And so just by doing that, like I feel more like settled. So I know when we end this call, I'm going to be able to go into the rest of my day feeling a little more like calm.
Yeah.
Peaceful. So
Right.
that's why it's like, yeah, because my heart rate went down. Like, yeah.
Isn't it amazing how the body responds so quickly and the mind quiets and the body can sometimes move to a place of greater ease? And there will be people out there that can't land the plane and the brain is just really active and it's almost stressful to sit still. And I would just say that this is something you have to practice. The benefits far exceed the challenges of trying this over and over again until you build up a greater capacity. And it doesn't have to be 10 minutes, right? It can start with 1 minute. And when you recognize the mental, the physical, the emotional impact of just pausing, it's a real reminder that it's worth it. It's worth practicing so that you can experience it. And even when the mind is wandering, we're still breathing. And the breathing alone, despite the mind landing, is still doing some pretty powerful things for the body. And a lot of people ask me, how can I practice this pause? Give me some practical stuff. And so I wrote them down, and we just did one, mindful breathing. And there's something called box breathing. Inhale for 4 breaths, hold for 4 breaths, exhale for 4 breaths, hold the exhale out for 4. And it's almost like a box, right? Just that deep inhale and exhale. Body scan, we did a little tiny bit of that. Just let me start and scan. Where's tension landing? Where's stickiness? How can I ask my body to release it? How can I send breath into that space? Daily gratitude, just to check in. I am grateful. Pausing in that moment. Journaling is so powerful. Documenting, giving things voice, name it and claim it. And then intentional transitions. And this is a good one for people that are really busy going from point A to point B, point B to point C, is how might I arrive home after a busy day and just sit in my car for a few minutes just to acclimate before I transition into the house? How can I go into a meeting where I'm running a million miles an hour and I sit and I have to be really focused and present? Just taking a pause and breathing to get grounded before you move into heavy, sometimes challenging conversations. And then we look at, there is silence and stillness, not even focusing on breath, but just waking up to what's around you and not saying a word. Sight, sound, taste, what we hear, what we're touching, but just taking that in and being still enough to do that. And then nature connections, get out of nature, put the cell phone down, we touch it 197 times a day, and we swipe it and we move through it almost 1,000. It's crazy. Put it down, go outside, get some vitamin D and some fresh air. And often when we're outside, we realize that things aren't as challenging because we're connected to something much, much bigger. And what we did at the very end of the meditation is, what might I do to set an intention for my day? And when we spend 2 minutes being still, we're a lot more aware of what's going on. And that can often inform our day. So we can be a bit more intentional, or we might create an intention for our day. So practical ways to kind of thread it in and through your life. But if you only remember 2 things, pause, well, actually 3 things: pause, breathe, and notice. And it only takes 2 minutes.
That's the best part. 2 minutes.
2 minutes, no money, no equipment.
Right.
Nothing.
That's the one thing I think I realize is like, you don't have to pay for it. Like there's nothing you have to pay to pause. There's
and you immediately get benefit. Immediate.
Right.
Just help.
Right.
I know. Power in the pause. It is
power in the pause. Terrie, give us the information again. You're having a retreat with Dr. Jonathan Fisher. It is all about heart and mind connection. You're going to be practicing some of this. Give us like the quick deets on that.
Yeah. So tapping in, pausing first to tap into the most incredible resource on the planet, and it's your own heart. And we're going to do it in a very experiential way. Jonathan brings science, his awareness of medical meets, I'll say Eastern meets Western, and how can we help people feel their way through this workshop, understand the science behind it. We have also Kate Ciano and a really, really great guy, Scott Greenapple. Both of them are experts in their own field. Kate will be bringing voice and vibration, and then Scott will be bringing what's happening in the vagus nerve, and let's do Tai Chi. I'll be doing movement. I'll be doing rhythm. I'll be doing how do we practice the pause. We'll do meditation, journaling, and I'll end us with a sound healing. So it's going to be a cornucopia of yumminess that is going to feed your soul from the inside out, and we hope people leave feeling extraordinary, awake and aware, their hearts full, their minds inspired. And we hope there's practical tools that people can start using, because we don't want to just do a one and done, right? We want people to leave motivated and inspired to take action based on what's important to them. So when is it? February the 8th, Trinity Presbyterian Church, 8:30 to 12:30. We're going to ask people to arrive early to get grounded. It is going to be just the most releasing experience, the environment from the moment you walk in to the moment you leave. You can go to Terrie Reeves, Terrie, Reeves, REEVES.com, terriereeves.com. Go to the events section at the top and you'll see Awaken the Heart. And then we're both on social, Jonathan Fisher, and then Terrie Reeves. And we're going to be posting this on LinkedIn, so you can check out Instagram. Call me or email me. I'll give you my email address. It's Treeves, TREEVES at E is in Edward, H is in Harry, America.com, America.com. And I'd be glad to talk to you more about it. But we hope companies will come because organizations really need it. We hope individuals will come. And our demographic so far is ages 27 to, I think it's 72 or 73. But needless to say, everybody's going to have the ability to plug in a way that is powerful for them. So I'm just so happy that we have to pause together. Before
I know.
I'm like, I feel so a busy day.
Right. I feel so fortunate because I know how how little time you have, and to sit here and go through meditation for 2 minutes with you is amazing.
I love it. And I do it. It is a daily practice, and sometimes 3 or 4 times a day. It's a game changer. It's a life changer. It really is.
Well, thank you so much for sharing this. I'm going to be dropping it. We're dropping it on the podcast. I'm going to drop it on LinkedIn, all the social, on YouTube. So you all stay tuned for more. And again, go check out Terrie's website, register for this retreat that's coming up February 8th. Don't miss out on this opportunity to connect your mind, your heart, and be connected with these other inspiring and uplifting individuals. So stay tuned. Listen for more on the Be Amazing podcast.
Thank you so much for listening to the Be Amazing podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please send it to someone who inspires you so they can feel amazing too. If you want to help us reach new listeners, please leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. Don't forget, you can find the video versions of our episodes on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram at the Be Amazing Podcast or DM me at Cel Smart. I'll see you in the next episode.